What up, people? Welcome to another edition of the Salty Thoughts of Mike Steph podcast, featuring the one and only Mike Steph, best in the world at what he does. Yes, first and foremost, I'd like to wish everyone out there a happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Yes, January 20th, 2025. It's Martin Luther King Jr. Day, first and foremost. Also, another event happened today in the nation's capital, in the actual capital, which is very ironic itself because it's January 20th, 2025, um, January after most recent election, and we have another person, a different person in office officially today. Actually, he's kind of familiar with the place because he was there 4 years ago. Um, and that would be Mr. Orange, Agent Orange, 45/47. And I'm going to refrain from saying his name until I absolutely positively have to. But yeah, there was an inauguration today for the 47th president of these United States of America. A lot of emotions going around. A lot of feelings are going around. A lot of scuttlebutt is going around. I'm letting y'all know at the very tip top of this episode two things, but one in particular, and one that's a mainstay of the Salty Thoughts of Mike Steph podcast, which is this. Mike Steph, first and foremost, is all for the jokes. Yes, I would try to bring some humor into whatever information, whatever content that I'm going to talk about today. And boy, do I have a lot of content to get into in which a lot of my jokes are probably going to be very inappropriate. But at the end of the day, that's probably why you choose to tune in to me for, because I'm far from politically correct. I'm far from ashamed of actually talking about stuff that a lot of people probably wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole. And shout out to my people from the 19 Media Group. I'm far from a prude. Shoot, one of these days, I think I'll probably need to get on Prude Awakenings. Just a hint. Matter of fact, little tangent here. I'm going to put this out in the atmosphere, in ether, if you will, in Ethernet, to see if this sticks. I came up with this thought couple months ago, actually, when Prude Awakening first started being a podcast. Being the fact that we have Miss Jess Winchester, wife of Brad Winchester, on one side, and then we have Miss Carmen McDonald on the other side, and then with me, sans this podcast, but me and the Mojo King, both halves of Hidden Gems Football, I figured that would be a very interesting podcast because you would have Jess and Mo probably on one side, and me and Carmen definitely on the other side. And it would be a very interesting conversation, to say the least, as long as the chains are truly off, which I'm quite sure they would be. But just throwing that out there. Listen, I'm throwing my hat in a million rings this week. Anyway, so what's on tap is the following. Of course, Inauguration Day, the lead up to it, and the actual events that happened today, and some key comments that I'm gonna sparse and parse and get my 2 cents on, and sprinkle a little salt and sprinkle a little funny dust on, if you will. Like I said, I'm letting y'all know this probably should actually come with one of these disclaimers. So I'm gonna make this nice and convenient right now. The following content on the Salty Thoughts of Mike Steph podcast probably is not good for individuals below a certain age. Parental advisory is strongly suggested. But of course, when you're dealing with Mike Steph, all that advisory will be completely effing ignored. So yeah, just letting you know that right now. So we're going to talk about the inauguration. Then we're going to talk about a situation that's actually kind of in the past, probably about 20 news cycles by now, but I haven't been able to have a chance to give my 2 cents on, and that would be the Fox Sports 1, the FS1 lawsuit involving Skip Bayless, formerly of FS1, and one Joy Taylor, currently a part of FS1, currently a part of a show. Speak for yourself, or just speak now, or just speak, or just open your mouth. Probably something she's very accustomed to doing. Listen, I told y'all, listen, I'm not going to be above it all. I'm not going to be above the fray. I'm going to go low and low and low, 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 low as you go. I'm going to go to the lowest common denominator when it comes to a lot of these topics. Because why? Listen, at the end of the day, and I don't want to keep on saying that, but at the end of the day, listen, we're in a society right now that there's a lot of change, there's a lot of upheaval, there's a lot of uncertainty. And to tell you the truth, if you harp on everything, yeah, you should stay cognizant of what's going on around you. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying remain ignorant of everything or of anything. But if you harp on everything in every little second, every little minute, every little hour of things that are happening, you will drive yourself crazy. You will drive yourself insane. You will drive yourself to medication. And being the fact that I fill in the blank, listen, I am not going to be one of those people that's going to drive myself crazy over what the hell is going on. At the end of the day, you can only concentrate, you can only control what you can control, and that's what's in front of you. That's your household, that's your family, your immediate family, and how you go along your day, your day-to-day dealings. That's the only thing you can personally control. Everything else is juggles. It's juggling balls. There's always going to be one in the air that's free. Are you going to be able to catch it? If you drop it, are you going to cry over spilt milk? Or are you going to pick it up and continue to juggle those balls? Which is something that a lot of people at FS1 seem like they have a lot of experience in doing, and that's juggling balls. Oh, listen, I told y'all, I'm going to crack jokes whenever possible. So if y'all think there's going to be a nice, serious, can I be serious for a minute podcast, that shit ain't happening over here. Ain't happening over here, especially today. So, yeah. So we're going to talk about that. And then last but not least, for my wrestling heads out there, I'm going to talk about the Jaida Parker controversy concerning some of the content that she's liked on social media. And also the elephant in the room, some vague video trying to imply that her and Jay Uso are a thing or an item or have an affair behind what, everybody's back. Listen, I'm sorry. I'm a strong proponent of you should kind of date in your age bracket. I think she's probably like 23, 24. He's pushing 40. He's an unk, tell you the truth, personally. So I don't know. Listen, I come from the school of, let's say your mother, separated or single, and she has a boyfriend, but she's not really, that that's not your father, and they're not going to try to bring him into the house as, yeah, this is your new daddy. But I come from the era of, hey, that's Uncle Ducky. Hey, that's Uncle Chuck. Hey, matter of fact, tell you the truth, I only have real one uncle in that realm. And like I said, I've spoken about him before. He's Mr. Manetti / Uncle Chuck / a real important person in my younger life. So, but listen, some people had plenty of uncles that come around, and they probably scratch their head like, once they really figure out what's going on, like, hold on, does that mean my mother was involved in incest? Because if that's my uncle, then that's supposed to be her brother. And why are they doing the nasty in the room? And listen, everybody could be a Lannister, everybody could be a Stark. It's one or the other. So yeah, that's what's on tech this week. I'm letting you know, I guess within the first 10 minutes, you can tell this is going to be a very, very, very interesting ride. Let me get this in the picture. Yeah. Let me shout out the Black Wrestling Podcast. This is a 101 edition. Well, not a 101 as just me, but I don't know if they're reissuing these. But Bianca Belair. Yeah, she came out with some new merchandise, but guess what? I personally think that merchandise was inspired by this merchandise right here. But yeah, salute to the people, salute to the crew, salute to the guys and the queen. So, let's get this show on the road. Without further ado, good night and goodbye. Oh, this feels so good. I could do this on my screen. Bang.
Salty thoughts of Mike Steph, this marks a new beginning. Thanks for supporting a total reinvention. The soul is still here, but the vibe's a little different. Unpredictable, hide the kids and the women. Sports of all sorts, music mixed for living. Rep New York City, but ain't the politicians. Always bring the heat, Steph bacon in the kitchen. Big shout to y'all, I appreciate the listen. Donnie put the rest, but I'm still in the best. In the world of what I do, all y'all know the rest. I live it, I breathe it, I'm the whole definition. The pinnacle, the ultimate, I'm on a new mission. The salty thoughts of Mike Steph, featuring the one and only Mike Steph, the best in the world of what he does. Tap in.
I'm going to start my inauguration talk with some tidbits that I read over the weekend in the lead up to the day, which is unfortunately today. The first bit of info, first tidbit, so to speak, will be centered around Melania Trump and her comments lambasting former First Lady Michelle Obama for choosing not to attend this inauguration that happened today. Melania Trump has accused the Obamas of trying to hijack her husband Donald Trump's first term in the White House. The incoming First Lady made a cutting dig while saying she feels more confident in her husband's fast approaching second term now that former President Barack Obama is not there to make things difficult. The first time was challenging. We didn't have much of the information, the incoming First Lady told Fox and Friends of when her husband was first sworn into office back in 2017. The information was withheld from us by the previous administration, she said of Obama, whose wife, Michelle Obama, has turned heads by saying she will skip Trump's second inauguration Monday. But this time I have everything. It's a very different transition this time. Second time around, she continued. But this time I have everything, she said of her impending return, replacing President Biden, who was Obama's vice president when he previously took over. Kid Rock, this cocksucker. I swear, it's like every 4 years, he crawls up from whatever dirty field cover he's been hiding under to put his 2 cents into something that has nothing to do with anything. So, I'll continue. This cocksucker, Kid Rock, called out former First Lady Michelle Obama for snubbing President-elect Donald Trump's inauguration just days before the ceremony. He seems a little angry, Rock said on Jesse Waters' prime time this past Thursday night. Rock, who is a vocal Trump supporter, of course he is, recalled when he was tasked with performing at the youth inaugural ball hours after President Barack Obama first was sworn in back in 2009. I will kindly remind her that years back, when Obama was first elected, I did not vote for him, but they asked me to play the inauguration, and I played it and I went, the rocker said. I had a good time. I went out of respect for the president, so I will kindly remind Michelle about that. First of all, why are we giving this cocksucker the light of day? Oh, that's right, because that dude is back in office, so all his acolytes, if you will, are empowered with the weapon of the tongue. The tongue is the sword, right? Now listen, former President Obama is confirmed and was confirmed to attend today's inauguration ceremonies. His wife, the First Lady, did not attend the inauguration today. Okay. Listen, he's bound by his position, i.e., as being a former president, especially being a former two-time president, two-term, I should say, which is crazy. He's a two-termer, and dude that's in there now is a two-time. Interesting. Now, the former First Lady's team did not provide a reason for expected absence, nor should she have to. Listen, I ain't going to that mother effer's thing. Would you rather her say that? Would you rather her say, you know what? Fuck him. Would you rather her say that? I'm just asking. I'm calling a spade. Would you rather her say that, or would you rather her try to keep some type of tact and just say, look, I'm not coming. Nor do I have to. Listen, Barry's a grown-ass man. He got business he got to attend to. And guess what? I ain't bringing my black ass out there, especially on Martin Luther King Day. Shit. Tell you the truth, if Barry was able to have some truth serum in him, he'd probably say, I'm going to that mother effer's inauguration anyway. Do you know what day this is? But, like I said, she did not provide any reason for expected absence. Great. The Obamas did attend Trump's first inauguration back in 2017. But now this is conveniently swept under the rug, but Trump did in fact skip President Biden's inauguration in January 2021, having argued unsuccessfully and without evidence that the 2020 election had been stolen from him. Now, like I said, my question is, why is this such a big deal? If the former president or the former president went, then what's the problem? I mean, did you hear about that? The ovation that they got, or the lack thereof, the booing, like it was a pep rally for a next PLE. Former President of the United States, Bill Clinton. Boo! Former President of the United States, Barack Obama. Boo! Like, should she have subjected herself to that? But there's something that I have to bring up, because it's like almost another elephant in the room. There's a lot of elephants in the room. I didn't know I had such a spacious mansion. Sure, I got an elephant over here. I got an elephant over there. Got an elephant over there. Got a giraffe over there with the long neck. But yeah, I got a lot of elephants. One thing, isn't it apropos in a way that due to the frigid temperatures expected during the inauguration ceremony, that it was held inside the Capitol Rotunda? The same Capitol that was the scene of the insurrection 4 years ago? The same insurrection that none of the real conspiring parties was ever held accountable for? Isn't that kind of ironic? Listen, like I said in the intro, I've stopped getting pissed over stuff that is a given now. They have 4 years to put everybody that was responsible for that in their proper place. They chose not to. I don't want to care. I don't care if they did this. They didn't do shit. That's why we're having Agent Orange Part 2. But anyway, I won't knock anyone who holds this close to their hearts. Don't get me wrong. To each his own, but I will not be one of them. Case in point is this little bit of news. Do you know that nearly 24 people who face criminal charges for their roles in the January 6th riots will be back in the Capitol this weekend? Or was back in the Capitol this weekend after federal judges approved their request to attend President-elect Trump's inauguration festivities? At least 20 defendants. 20 defendants who have been charged or convicted of crimes stemming from the Capitol riots have petitioned various judges for permission to attend, with at least 11 getting the green light, according to a review of records by the Associated Press. More than 1,500 Americans have reportedly been charged with offenses stemming from the January 6th riot. Trump has promised major pardons for Americans caught up in the prosecutions. One Trump supporter was killed by police while inside the Capitol building. And you expect me to get my panties in the bunch because Michelle Obama decided to forego the festivities? You expect me to get my panties in the bunch? Pause. Just realize that. I said panties. I don't wear panties. I wear boxers. And no, I don't wear boxer briefs. I'm an old head. No, I wear the boxers. Need room to breathe. Need room to stretch. Need room for quick access. Don't get me wrong. My lovely wife loves the way I look in boxer briefs. And I make sure that when I actually do wear them, it's only for special occasions. And I make sure to get them one size smaller than I actually wear. Yes, man, your boy Mike Steph has lost some weight over the years. So that means I've lost about a size. So my double X's are now to a XL. And in some cases, if the garment runs a little bit big, such as Polo Ralph Lauren, sometimes I'll even downsize to a large. My waist, my pants, I went from a size 40 years ago to a size 38. Now I'm a svelte size 36. And tell you the truth, I probably could fit my simply ravishing ass in a size 34 if I wanted to. But listen, like I said, I need room to breathe. But that's neither here nor there. I refuse to get myself upset to the point of I'm balancing my zen. And tell you the truth, I ain't gonna lie, for various reasons, over the last week and a half, my zen has been a little bit off. I know why. It's just a very emotional time of year for me. Um, so my mind has been scattered and cluttered, and I just have a lot of things racing in my mind 100 miles an hour, almost like Daytona 500. Dun, 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 dun. Think you rising. Ooh, got that shit that'll keep you vibing. Okay, you get it. But yeah, I'm just not doing it. I'm just not doing it because at the end of the day, and I'm tired of repeating myself by saying that because I realize that's becoming a glitch right now. But we can only control what we can control, and what I can control is the jokes that I'm about to get off for inauguration day today. The happenings, some of the comments, some of the policies, and one dumb motherfucker that at the end of this segment, he's gonna get his just due. I'm just saying. Matter of fact, I forgot. Look at Michelle. She's like, man, y'all don't know. Y'all don't know how much I loathe being next to these low class, smelly, um, mail order wife, uh, old decrepit, toupee wearing. Why you think Barry's in front of me? Why you think Barry's in the middle of it? I don't want to be next to his stink ass with your stinking ass. Cause you feel it in your body with your stinking ass. Anyway. Now, inauguration day. President Trump. Oh, damn, I said his word. I said his name. Well, it's taken about 27 minutes. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad at all. He declared Monday Liberation Day for the country, vowing a rousing inaugural speech during a rousing inaugural speech, so they say, that the golden age of America begins now. The 47th president roundly putting down the Biden's administration's lefty legacy and many years of radical and corrupt establishment, promised to bring about a revolution of common sense. Really? I mean, tell you the truth, if we was having a revolution of common sense, this mother effer would not be in office. But that's neither here nor there. Listen, you know what? I'll save my comments for the end. From this moment on, America's decline is over, Trump told the packed crowd gathered inside the Capitol Rotunda for uh, due to the dangerously cold weather outside. There's no nation like our nation. Americans are explorers, builders, innovators, entrepreneurs, and pioneers. The spirit of the frontier is written into our hearts, Trump told the audience. Our American ancestors won the Wild West, ended slavery. This motherfucker to invoke the name, invoke the term ending slavery. Damn. I don't know how I'll take that, but I'll continue. I almost choked. Rescued millions from tyranny, lifted millions from poverty, harnessed electricity, split the atom, launched mankind into the heavens, and put the universe of human knowledge into the palm of the human hand. You really think this motherfucker wrote this? Listen, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I really have tried to curb my cursing. it's funny because it's like when the F-bomb comes out, it's almost like nails on a blackboard when it comes to my ears. But listen, emotions have taken control of me. So I continue. If we work together, there was nothing we cannot do and no dream we cannot achieve. This mother effer is invoking the word dream on MLK Jr. Day. The audacity, the unmitigated gall. We will pursue our manifest destiny into the stars, launching American astronauts to plant the stars and stripes on the planet Mars. Let me read that again. We will pursue our manifest destiny into the stars. I swear, I feel like I'm in sixth grade history right now. Launching American astronauts to plant the stars and stripes on the planet Mars. So I think we could tell who wrote this speech. It says that after he said the statement, SpaceX founder Elon Musk, the proprietor of X, the proprietor of the Tesla, raised his hands in the air like, yes, plant the flag, we're going to Mars, we're going to Mars. Okay. Yeah, this is insane. This is insane. But I continue. The immigration policy. Immigration plans that he's mentioned. And I'm going to reiterate. I'm here for the jokes. They might be inappropriate. I'm just trying to liven the mood. And some things just write themselves. Listen, if SNL can get away with it, if Dave Chappelle can get away with it, Mike Steph damn sure can get away with it. Trump confirmed plans for a sweeping series of executive orders on his first day to curb illegal immigration, including restoring his remain in Mexico, keep your Spanish ass across the border. That's crazy, but that's what it really means. Remain in Mexico policy for asylum seekers, which would mean that they would have to wait to cross the border while their cases play out in U.S. courts, i.e., we'll just have a real big backlog and your ass will stay on the other side of the border. That's what that really means. Migrants waiting in Mexico to enter the U.S. with the Biden administration's CBP. See all these fucking letters. One app. Okay, let's try this again. Migrants waiting in Mexico to enter the U.S. with the Biden administration's CBP One app broke down in tears after learning their appointments were canceled immediately as President Trump took office on Monday. So, in other words, just like this fucked up, but just like TikTok was offline for maybe like 12 hours. Remember when you logged on TikTok and it's like, due to the law enacted in the US, you will no longer have access to the site. I guess when they logged on to that app, it said, due to the laws enacted by the US, you no longer, matter of fact, this site no longer exists. Your appointment is canceled immediately. CBP went offline at 12 p.m., the same time Trump was sworn in. according to an announcement from the Customs and Border Protection Agency. They unplugged that shit. They said, you know what? It's a wrap. At least 43,000 migrants were able to flood the country with the CBP1 app per month, with more than 900,000 entering the U.S. since the app was launched in January 2023. They were just a few of roughly 270,000 migrants estimated to be waiting on the Mexican side of the southern border, who had been hoping to make it into the country before Trump took office, according to CBS News. Now, here's some of the comments that Trump said during his inauguration address. Trump declared the border crisis a national emergency. He said he was sending troops to the region to enforce order and labeled the migrant gangs Tren de la Agua and MS-13 terrorist organizations. He also announced plans to use the Alien Enemies Act, which dates back to 1798 and was used in the Second World War to round up Japanese Americans and put them in internment camps to battle the dangerous foreign gangs like Tren de la Agua. So, remember a couple months ago, right after the election, there was, I won't even say a hoax, but there was a crude joke that was being played that people were getting random texts saying, giving them their assignments of various plantations in the South and said, yeah, on such and such date, you are to report to, let's say, Greensboro, North Carolina, to Plantation X. And your number is 456, like in the Squid Games. Maybe that wasn't too far from the truth, because he's literally saying he's going to have concentration camps to round up these quote unquote, these gang members, these illegal immigrants, these illegal migrants that have gang affiliations, and put them in camps to get them out the country. I think starting tomorrow, I think there's supposed to be a lot of raids going. I think maybe, I know in Chicago, I don't know in New York, but probably going to see a lot of nervous faces at my place of business tomorrow, especially when they jump that turnstile. Maybe if they don't jump that turnstile, oops. Maybe if they don't, you know what? We're going to go past that. We're going to go past that. I'm not, nope. Not doing it. Not doing it. Not doing it. Trump was also expected to sign an executive order banning birthright citizenship for the children of illegal immigrants born on U.S. soil, which is kind of fucked up. Hasn't it always been, if you were born here, you're a naturalized citizen? So they're saying, so in his warped mind, he's probably like, I know what they're doing. They're knocking these bitches up, and they're going to bring them over. They're going to sneak across the water, and then across the border, and they're going to pop a squat and give birth to their seeds, to give birth to their spawn. And I'm supposed to take care of those motherfuckers? I'm supposed to take care of those motherless children? Guess what? I don't care if you give birth here or not. You and your father's child, back over the border. That's crazy. Listen, the 4 years he was in charge set us back probably about 40. Y'all put this mother effer back in office. So y'all gave him another 4 years to set us back another 40. So by the time of his culminant of 8 years in office, he's going to set back this country 80 years. mess around. Sure. All right. So with 25, so 80, take away 25. So 1945, that means by the end of his term, we'll have officially World War III because 1945 was World War II, right? Shoot, listen, 2020, we were damn near in the Great Depression, standing on line for bread, not so much because of the economic impact, because we was in a pandemic. Plagues, the Black Plague, scurvy. Listen, they're already talking about there's an uptick in the bird flu, the H1N1. And that's not even speaking on whatever concoction they're having over there where COVID first came from. I know one thing, and you can quote me on this. Well, I had no choice. You have no choice but to quote me on it because you're going to see my face. You're going to hear my voice. I ain't getting jabbed with nothing else. Nothing. You can say that shit. Whatever my destiny's going to be is going to be. There will not be nope. Ain't going to happen. Shoot. I'm just letting y'all know that right now. I know 4 years ago, damn, tell you the truth, 5 years ago, 4 years ago since the jab, I felt a certain way. And guess what? These last 4 years, yeah, I reserve my right to change my mind. But I continue. Under the orders I signed today, we will also be designating the cartels as foreign terrorist organizations, referring to a move that would mean much harsher penalties for involved criminals. Trump also pledged to avoid U.S. involvement in foreign affairs while pushing policy that expands our territory. Remember he spoke about exercising his manifest destiny to plant the stars and stripes on the planet Mars. So what you think? Other countries, other territories are off limit? That was an apparent reference to a desire to acquire Greenland from Denmark and to reacquire the Panama Canal. What's this fascination with Greenland? There has to be some type of oil or something there. What hidden treasure, besides, from what I heard, just a beautiful landscape that they have? What's in Greenland that he wants? Is it just for the fact of it's all the way up there and he's like, well, Denmark, they don't need the shit. I think I want it. Is he literally? He's the Vince McMahon of U.S. presidents. He's the one who will go into a territory, act like he's your friend, and steal all your resources and leave you with nothing. So, listen. And then he wants to be an Indian giver. We gave it to Panama, and now we're taking it back. What the hell is his problem? What the hell is his problem? But I'm going to save my best for last. Mayor Adams attended the inauguration. Yes, he did. Of course, because what kind of party would be going on if Adams didn't show his ass? Didn't make sure he was on the guest list tonight. There is no guest list tonight. Mayor Adams bolted to Washington, D.C. in the middle of the night after he scored a last-minute invite to the inauguration, sparking condemnation from some black leaders and lefty polls. The mayor bailed on scheduled MLK Day events in the Big Apple after embarking on a hasty trek to the nation's capital, which entailed a 3 a.m. drive shortly after the snow blanketed the Northeast, City Hall officials said. The 11th hour change of plans was a matter of putting New York City above partisan politics, Adams and his team argued. In the early hours of Monday morning, the Trump administration reached out inviting Mayor Adams to attend the inauguration at the incoming administration's request, Deputy Mayor of Communication Fabian Levy said. Mayor Adams accepted on the behalf of New York City, Levy said in a statement. And as the mayor has repeatedly said, America has chosen a new national leader, and we must work together to build a safer, stronger, and more affordable New York City. I swear, when you think this cocksucker can't do any worse, Adams' trip on Monday also raised eyebrows and outrage, particularly as it prompted him, the second black mayor in the NYC's history, to withdraw from 2 Martin Luther King Jr. Day events in Brooklyn and in Harlem. His morning race to D.C. didn't land him a plum seat either. This motherfucker was in standing room only. Sources said Adams was relegated to an overflow room outside the U.S. Capitol Rotunda, where Empire State political luminaries such as Hillary Clinton, House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, and former Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer rubbed elbows. Someone said, a longtime Democrat, matter of fact, said, can you imagine Mike Bloomberg, Rudy Giuliani, Ed Koch driving down to Washington, D.C. in the middle of the night through the snow to attend the inauguration and being relegated to a space reserved for C-list groupies? This is the type of stuff only de Blasio would do, but worse. I agree. That's a de Blasio move, if anything. Look at this. He's hobnobbing with Cowboy Hat Man. He's trying to look like he's down. Look at the guy behind him. Like, he just doesn't know, does he? He just doesn't know. Now, there was an event at the Convent Avenue Baptist Church in Harlem where Adams had been scheduled to attend an MLK Day event, and many attendees at the Harlem event, which was intended by prominent city elected officials such as Comptroller Brad Lander, a mayoral candidate, and Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg, were surprised to learn that Adams would not be attending. You want to know why Adams wasn't attending? Because he was down on his hands and knees, goggling balls in search of that almighty presidential pardon to get himself out of hot water. He's been angling for this pardon ever since he had a feeling that Mr. Orange was going to get back in office. He knew what was going on. And just the fact that they gave him an 11th hour invitation should let him know they don't give a fuck about him at all. Not a solitary F-U-C-K about him. They're going to string him along, see how much he can goggle, see if he takes it and he likes it and says, yes, sir, can I have another? And then, only then, when they feel like they sufficiently has let him know who the fuck the boss is, and also to see exactly what he can get done in his last year, i.e., the election year. Now, he doesn't realize, does he not realize that if he's going for re-election, which I'm quite sure he is, that's what he's aiming for. If he's going for re-election, that this is probably not going to win him any type of votes. It's not going to do him any type of favors in the upcoming election. Or maybe he's taking a calculated risk that, being the fact that there had been an uptick in conservative voters over the last couple of years in the city, that he can get ahead of that wave and ride it successfully into a re-election. I don't know. But at the end of the day, I feel like he's thinking like this. Re-election? No jail time. Re-election? No jail time. Re-election? No jail time. That's what Mayor Benson is trying to do. That's what Benson Dubois is trying to accomplish. I swear, I really had tried months ago to refrain from disparaging him, because I felt like, being the fact that he was an African American man in a position that only one other before him ever graced, and that was Gracie Mansion, that he deserved that much, at least that much respect. And of course, this cocksucker let me down. Like, look at him. Like, this was him going down to South America last year or year before last, and trying to tell their leader, stop sending them to the New York City. Stop sending them. We don't want them here. And now, guess what? That motherfucker's about to be a migrant himself. Except him trying to stay in the city. He's still trying to stay in the country. He trying to stay out of jail. Flipping idiot. But yeah, that's my 2 cents on what's going on with the inauguration. I mean, it's official. It's kind of, it's not even surreal. It really isn't. I kind of like whatever feelings I was feeling. I got over that. What if election day was November 5th? I got over that November 6th. Listen, like I said, to each his own. My heart does go out to those who are, feeling very heavy today. But listen, I just can't do it. Just can't do it. Y'all, I swear, y'all lucky. I had so many freaking jokes that I was gonna get off, and y'all lucky I'm trying to keep some tact, because this is a real life situation. Unlike the situation that we're about to get into now. Well, next. That's a real life situation too, but it's not life or death. Oh, no. No, guess what? The tawdriness is only going to start from here. Skip Bayless was named in a lawsuit filed against Fox Sports, alleging sexual battery and retaliation by a former hairstylist. Look at this. Skip Bayless. For all my YouTube viewers out there, look at these pictures. You can't tell me that Skip is not, just by the fact of how he's posing with these pictures, you can't tell me Skip is innocent. Do you really think he want Ernestine's old wrinkled up pussy? Listen, all because you married. That, don't get me wrong. Everybody can't be in such a loving and and frisky marriage, such as Mike Steph. But this mother F is 71 years old. I don't know how old Ernestine is, but she had to deal with all this shit. And he's looking at her like, you know what? I got millions and millions and millions. I can get some on the side without having to deal with your wrinkly ass. And anyway, listen, I'm gonna get to the brass tacks of this. A hairstylist who worked at Fox Sports for over a decade filed a lawsuit earlier this month alleging longtime show host Skip Bayless made unwanted sexual advances toward her and offered her $1.5 million for sex. Ew, only 1.5. Listen, she's even saying, "Listen, I'm worth more than that." I continue. Soon after requesting weekly haircuts, Bayless began initiating unwanted touching in the form of lingering hugs, in which he would put his body against Faraji's and press against her breast. According to the suit, that turned into kisses on the cheek and inappropriate comments, including calling Faraji voluptuous. You think Skip Bayless did not use the word voluptuous? Oh, look at that voluptuous ass. Oh, those voluptuous lips. Can I give you a hug? Can I look at those voluptuous breasts? That sounds like a Skip Bayless word, voluptuous. Mr. Bayless then started being more aggressive and directing his advances. Miss Faraji continuously declined, stating that she did not date at work as she was a single mom and needed her job, the suit states. In 2021, after being told that an issue with one of her ovaries could be cancer, Faraji allegedly explained the situation to Bayless in hopes that he'd take pity on her and cease his advances. And you know what this predator did? Instead, Bayless told her he wanted to be with her, began kissing her hands, and offered her $1.5 million to have sex with him, the legal filing alleges. In other words, like, listen, I wanted the pussy for free. Listen, I was trying to hit here, you know, trying to get in where I fit in, literally. And then you said, you know, you might have a cancerous ovary. No, whoa. Did I hear the word cancerous ovary? How about this? To ease your pain, I'll give you $1.5 million to let me tap that ovary. How about that? That's crazy. At a January 2017 party for Joy Taylor, Dixon, speaking of these two guys, these two characters, who had allegedly been heavily drinking, Dixon placed his arm on Faraji's lower back before rubbing her body and grabbing her ass. The suit states Faraji faked the call to get out the situation, according to the suit, and told Joy Taylor what had allegedly happened. Surprisingly, Miss Taylor responded by saying, "Get over it, girl," and explained that she herself only had her job because Mr. Dixon, and that Faraji only had her job because Joy requested her. The filing claims she warned that Mr. Dixon could take both away, my job and yours. So, bitch, be quiet. Listen, matter of fact, you could cry that, you could do that victim shit. You could do that victim shit all you want. But guess what? You ain't fucking up my bag. No. No, you are not. That's crazy. The suit alleges Faraji and Taylor's friendship ended in late 2021, after which Taylor began insulting the plaintiff, who is of Iranian descent, on a personal and professional level. In 2023, Taylor began openly mocking Mrs. Faraji English and complaining about her humming, a coping mechanism for Faraji's post-traumatic stress disorder, the suit states. So she, what? Wow. So what? She was humming. She was like, and what? She felt threatened. Joy felt threatened. She was like, so when she spoke to her, she's like, listen, English, open your mouth. I don't understand all that. I don't understand none of that shit. English. That's what Joy was saying? That's crazy. Especially knowing that you've been getting your back blown out to get all these pristine positions. Moderator on Undisputed. Sidekick to Colin Cowherd. Host of Speak for Yourself / Speak. And you telling somebody, listen, I'm sorry. This times, matter of fact, put me to the side. This times I've seen and heard Joy Taylor on the mic. We're gonna rock my mic, rock the mic, right? Yeah, she has plenty of time, plenty experience of rocking the mic, right? Anyway, I've seen and heard Joy Taylor, and her way of speaking lends me to believe that, yeah, she probably didn't belong in those positions. I'm not saying she sounded ignorant. No. She sounded like someone who got put in position. Sounded like someone who got put in position and knew that she had a little sway. She had a little pull, so to speak, and said, you know what? Y'all don't know I'm the head bitch in charge. I'm the Mia Yim of this bitch. The Michin, if you will. But for her to say, one of her things to say, she stopped messing with the girl and say, mocking her English and complaining about her man. That's low. Coincidentally, after this lawsuit came about, I wish I had more pictures. This is one picture that she had. You know, long hair, the glossy lips, the smoky eye stare. And then, right after the lawsuit came out, now she got her hair up in a bun, looking like a librarian. No skin showing. The smokiness in the stare is a little bit gone. Yeah, I think she's pulling the wool over someone. But before I get off this, because like I said, I really just said this just to try to get some humor off, which probably was in poor taste. But to be serious for a minute, my boy Tyler McDowell, blinking of gimmick infringement, did broach this question to me, and it does make sense because this is something that has been discussed and avoided at the same time. The lawsuit is against FS1 and Skip Bayless. And yeah, Joy Taylor is named. But how come all the attention is being toward Joy Taylor about whether or not her and Emmanuel Acho been fucking, whether or not she literally did sleep her way to the top, past interviews in which she was on different platforms saying that, if a man has to come correct after being within a certain bracket to even attempt to get in touch with her, to talk to her, to even have a chance of dating her. Why is all these receipts being brought out on her, but yet Skip Bayless, this decrepit motherfucker right here, has literally been unscathed? Think about it. There is a gender dynamic here of men will be men, but damn sure if a woman, which girl does anything to try to advance her career by using any means necessary, then she's demonized, she's looked down upon, she's canceled. How many people do you think Skip Bayless has stabbed in the back probably over his 40 some odd, 50 some odd year career in media? All because maybe he didn't use his genitalia to get to that position. He probably used something that was actually even worse, and that's privilege. Male privilege, and in probably in a lot of ways, white privilege. Is Joy Taylor totally wrong in using whatever privilege that she was enabled with to try to climb her corporate ladder? If she found the mark, such as Mr. Dixon of FS1, that pretty much just wanted to give over the king's ransom just for a sniff of Joy Taylor's ample assets, should she have not used it? Now, the one thing I will say against Joy Taylor is this: to demean a fellow woman who is not willing to go to the extent that you have been, allegedly, that was wrong. I don't have it right in front of me, but I know there was some type of undercurrent that was saying that the reason why Joy Taylor did not really get fully engrossed into these allegations is she was planning on, like, look, yo, if any heat comes down on me, guess what? Me too. Yeah, he did it to me. He did it to me. Yeah. I listen. They told me I couldn't have XYZ if I didn't do A, B, and C. Yeah, so guess what? If I'm going down, y'all motherfuckers going down with me. I'm just saying. These are questions that need to be asked. This is not time to start throwing allegations around of, I mean, listen, Jason Whitlock, yo, he was a wild boy. Talking about, yeah, that peanut butter skin, those massive cans. I knew she was trouble. That's why I didn't want to work with her. Because I knew I was going to hit that. That was wild. But that might have been his truth. Stephen A, on the other hand, taking everybody to task over this, of even thinking that Skip Bayless could be accused of such a thing, of Joy Taylor could be accused of such things. Gurmy! I would not dare throw aspersions out there, especially with the rumors allegedly that you might have played a part, or you might have been a reason why a certain Rose from Detroit and a certain co-worker of yours dissolved their relationship. Also, reason why a certain coworker of yours receives gifts now and then that's more along the lines of I wouldn't say inappropriate, but surprising to say the least. So you got those two ends. But listen, at the end of the day, everybody trying to get clicks, right? Everybody trying to get clicks. Clicks for clicks. Click for dicks. Dicks for sporting goods. It's crazy. It's crazy. But one last topic. Looks like I'm making good time. Now, over the weekend, let's say over the last week, there has been some controversy online concerning Jaida Parker, NXT extraordinaire, and Jey Uso. But I will start with the Jaida Parker part of the controversy first. There was a post on social media talking about funding from federal funding being withheld from schools that allow transgender athletes or transgenders to be a part of women's athletics. And there was one post, I guess, was speaking about that, and she liked it. To me, she's entitled to her opinion. This is one comment that she wrote in the immediate aftermath. Don't get nothing twisted. I support the LGBTQ community, but I am a woman who also played in D1 sports. And if y'all can't understand that, I don't know what else to tell y'all. And to a certain degree, I understand her point of view. For those who don't know, she was a highly ranked, highly touted soccer player. She played on, I believe, the junior U.S. soccer team, women's soccer team. Like she had scholarships from all over. And that's why she was a very heralded recruit for NXT. Like she has a pedigree. I think she has a pedigree when it comes to her family. I want to say her uncle was a former Chicago Bull. So it comes from an athletic family. So anything dealing with sports, collegiate sports, so forth, she not, especially not being not so far removed from that world, she's going to have a strong opinion over it. Like, this is my thing. Everybody doesn't have to abide by your set of beliefs, views, or customs. I feel like this. A like or something social media related does not automatically mean anything. Like, that's what she said, or she liked a post about transgenders in sports and the bills that was passed by Congress. The same Congress that unanimously passed a bill to ban TikTok. But can't come to a conclusion on education, funding for education, the homelessness problem, assault weapons, safety, just in general, inflation, livable working wage, a livable cost of living. None of that. They can never come to a consensus with none of that, but they can come to a consensus to ban transgenders, and they can come to a consensus to ban TikTok. Now, like I said, everybody's entitled to their opinion. And I'm not going to get too deep into this until I have all my ducks in a row. And I think that's the fairest thing I could say. Because I don't want to just be talking out my ass when it comes to such a important topic such as transgenders in sports of all different levels. I have feelings, I have thoughts, but until I'm have educated thoughts, it's probably not for me to talk about that right now. But I'm just going to talk about this. What we as a society have to learn is, especially on such a day, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, that in order for us to form a community, everybody's not going to be lockstep in one direction. Everybody's not going to have the same opinion. Everybody's not going to have the same thought. Everybody's not going to have the same mindset. But we have to be able to have a communication. We have to be able to have a conversation on these topics that we differ on. And not automatically demonize someone because they have a thought that's different than ours. What she said, or what she's accused of saying, which she didn't say anything. All she did was press a button and a heart popped up. That was her right. That was her opinion. Now, I'm quite sure, maybe I might be wrong, but I'm quite sure if she was in a forum and asked the question or ask her opinion, that she would be able to elaborate on her thought process or how she feels. But going based off a heart, based off a push of a button, to just automatically put somebody, oh, she's anti-transgender, oh, she's homophobic, she's transphobic. You don't know. You have no idea. And one of the things that you would have thought 50 years since the passing of Martin Luther King, that we would truly be a nation, truly be a society in which race, creed, religion, background doesn't matter. You're all part of one, which is mankind, which is humanity. But nah. As much as we take 2 steps forward, we always end up taking 4 steps back. And these next 4 years are probably going to be, hopefully not. Hopefully it won't be an exercise in futility. Hopefully it won't be an exercise in repeating the same thing we went through, especially in the year 2020. That's where everything came to a boiling point. Hopefully we won't revisit that. But yeah, that was my 2 cents on the first part of the Jaida Parker controversy. Now the part of whether or not Jaida Parker and the Yeet Man himself, Jay Uso, are having an affair, that's none of our business. It would be hilarious though that Jay Uso would be tapping that ass. Jay Uso would be yeeting in somebody almost close to, well, not about a third of his age. Jay Uso would be skeet on the wall. That would be crazy though. How would that work? It's based off, these allegations are based off a video in which there's no evidence whatsoever. Based off a video of which you see Jay sitting someplace in a club, and you see somebody with a certain kind of leggings or stockings on that look kind of thick in the thighs, having her hand or moving her hand on his leg, which can totally be innocent. That doesn't necessarily mean that whoever that person was, he's having relations with. If anything, if anybody has a problem, it would be his significant other, whether it's his wife or his longtime girlfriend or his baby mother or what have you. I'm sorry. Between the two, I always thought Jimmy was the one that was married and had kids. I thought Jay was just a bachelor, personally. So it's news to me. But That's the only person that has a right to actually get upset about. All these people in the IWC, all these people on the internet, all these people need to mind their fucking business, tell you the truth. If he's smashing the homie on the side, then guess what? That's his business. That's her business. I wonder, because I haven't really been up on NXT lately because it's on the CW, and the CW don't have an app that I can watch live. So I just don't revisit it when I get home. But I wonder, has she been in the forefront lately? Has she been on TV lately? If she's kind of disappeared from TV, that might give you an idea. That might give you a window into what's going on. But then at the same time, could be, if that's the case, then it could be a backlash over the social media stuff. I don't know. I know once she kind of slipped on air and said, "Nigga, stop playing with me." I think she's kind of taken a step back since then. Because it's one thing to be authentic, and tell you the truth, that's probably why we like her. That's why we love her, for authenticity. Yeah, matter of fact, it's not even one thing. Like, that's why we love her. And if, like I said, if Jay's tapping that, salute. Jay smoking that ass. Salute. But yeah, damn. That's crazy. That would be crazy if Jay Uso is Uso. Think about it. If Jay Uso is Jay Uso spearing that pussy? I'm sorry. If Jay Uso giving a super kicking that pussy? Is Jay Uso doing like his cousin Roman Reigns and I don't know. Maybe this is not something I should be divulging, but you want to know why Roman Reigns has so many damn kids? Why he has to be the head of the table? Why he needs that Ula Fala? We really need some birth control. We really need to put a condom on that shit. But him, yo, that's crazy. I love you, Solo. I love you, Solo. I love you, Solo. That brings us to the end of another edition of the Salty Thoughts of Mike Steph podcast. I'd like to thank each and every one of y'all for making me in this here podcast the one y'all choose to view and listen to. Next week, what's going to be on tap? Who knows? Before I get into my outro, so to speak, I would like to let everyone know that yesterday was my oldest grandson's 9th birthday. On the screen is a picture of him and my oldest son, a late son, Nakai. And I want to say Mia was about 2, about 2 or 3. I think he was about 2-ish, 2.5, let's say. So happy birthday, Mia. Pop loves you. And he had a great day. And yeah, it's just crazy that he's 9 already. It's really crazy that he's 9 already. But yeah. Like I said, next week, what I'm going to talk about, I have no idea. Shoot, tell you the truth, I didn't have any idea what I was going to talk about this week. This week, I ain't going to lie. In my head, this week was going to be heel week. Meaning, I was going to talk about everything that was unpopular, or I was going to give an unpopular opinion about a lot of stuff. But thanks to my brethren from the desert, Mr. Tyler McDowell Blinken. I asked him to remind me about certain things to speak about because he got in touch with me late last week after I already wrapped up. And matter of fact, no, last week, me and Larry Anderson had the epic, almost 3-hour conversation about various topics. So I couldn't squeeze in last week, but neither here nor there. Salute to Larry Anderson. He had a big weekend this past weekend at Public Enemies, IWA's event, and he will be on probably another month or so before their next event to let us know exactly what happened this last weekend. I saw some stills, I saw some photos, and I got millions and millions of questions. And Larry Anderson will hopefully have a million of answers. But Tyler McDowell actually gave me the idea to make this a viewer's choice episode, if you will. So I obliged, so the inauguration, FS1, Jaida Parker, those were on the agenda given to me by Mr. Blinken. And I hope I did you proud, brother. Yeah, so that's what's on next week. I don't know. Maybe next week's edition will be what this week's edition should have been, which probably means the week after that I might not be around. But yeah, let me get to the plugs before I get out of here. First and foremost, we're going to talk about the aforementioned gimmick infringement, Winchester and McDowell. They drop each and every late Sunday night, early Monday morning on the 19 Media Group YouTube channel and all streaming platforms wherever podcasts are available. Yes, and I had to update their video because if I kept on talking about or kept on playing a Christmas video, they would probably be like, Mike, why are you dating us so much? So, here we go.
And now, gimmick infringement.
Welcome, everybody, to the Gimmick Infringement Podcast. I am Brad Winchester, and with me, as always, is my tag team partner, Tyler McDowell Blanken, TMB, if you will. It is Sunday as we record this. I'm still kind of tired for the first week back, but Tyler, how we doing?
I bet you are, man. It was quite the weekend. I'm doing great. I was telling you on Friday night, I caught up with one of my best friends from.
Yes. Gimmick infringement. Each and every late Sunday night, early Monday morning on the 19 Media Group YouTube page and all streaming platforms wherever podcasts are available. Next on the list, it's Hip to the Games. Yes, that's right. Hip to the Games, hosted by Desmond Powell, drops each and every Friday on the 19 Media Group YouTube channel and all streaming platforms wherever podcasts are available. Here, check it out.
Hip to the Games, the podcast for you, the basketball junkie and the hip-hop head. I'm your host, Desmond, and I too have had hoop dreams and enjoy the beautiful genre of hip-hop and its history. Together, we will enjoy some of the greatest albums, songs, artists, players, moments, teams, and so much more, while even mixing the two on occasion, all in my hope that you remember why you love both or either of these to begin with. You'll soon understand that Hip to the Games is more than just a podcast. It's a lifestyle. And if you were looking for a platform that combines both basketball and hip-hop, you've come to the right place.
Yes, that's right. Once again, Hip to the Games, hosted by Desmond Powell, drops each and every Friday on the YouTube channel of the 19 Media Group and all streaming platforms wherever podcasts are available. And yes, next on the list, 4AZ. You know what? I'm not going to let the cat out the bag. I'm going to leave that to him. 4AZ, hosted by TMD, drops on Wednesdays on the YouTube channel of 4AZ and all streaming platforms where podcasts are available. Please check them out. I believe this coming Wednesday because I think there was a new episode that was taped. This season, he is actually recapping all the episodes of Abbott Elementary, which I'm actually 2 episodes behind. So that means I got to watch these 2 episodes before he drops on Wednesday so I could be in the know. So please check them out. And here's a new teaser.
I'm your host, Tyler McDowell Blanken. There's a ton going on right now on and off screen. The semester is intensifying, holidays are approaching, and we have so much Abbott Elementary to discuss. I welcome 19 Media's Mike Steph to recap episodes 5 and 6 of season 4. These are 2 of my favorite episodes of the season. Episode 5, Dad Fight, was hilarious, and episode 6, The Deli, featured some character development, some Philly, and even the return of a cast member. Mike and I discuss all of that and more on this edition. Follow us at 4AZTeach or check out 4azteach.org for show updates and episode announcements. Please be sure to like this video, leave us a comment below if you're watching on YouTube, or even share it with a friend. It all goes a long way. Thank you, and enjoy.
Yeah, of course I have to choose my clip. Yeah, I was a guest on 4AZ, but more importantly, please check out both the show 4AZ on the YouTube channel of 4AZ and check out 4azteach.org for all the information on how you can truly support this movement, truly support my bro Tyler with everything that he's accomplishing, not trying to accomplish, he's accomplishing with this movement. So please check them out. And yeah, and last but not least, because I swear I be bugging. I be forgetting. I think Vainglorious. This is protected by the red, the black, and the green. With the K on the road again. Sissy. There's probably only one person that knows exactly where that's from. And that's my partner on Hidden Gems Football. That's right, Hidden Gems Football, hosted by the Mojo King and myself, Mike Steph. New episodes drop each and every Saturday and Sunday because we're down to the final 4 of the NFL season, of the NFL playoffs. So this coming week, we will be previewing the AFC and NFC championship matchups between the Bills traveling to Kansas City to face the Chiefs and try to hold them from getting to their 3rd straight Super Bowl in search for a three-peat. And the NFC matchup, which is the NFC East matchup of the surprising Washington Commanders, led by rookie phenom Jaden Daniels, and the Saquon Barkley-led, Nick Sirianni coached Philadelphia Eagles, who squeezed by the skin of their teeth last night to make it into their 2nd championship game over the last 3 years. Please check out Hidden Gems Football.
Say it to you slowly and it may sound scandalous. I don't think that you can handle this.
Listen, this past week, and I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm going to say this because it's an accomplishment. I think we should, not I, because there's no I in team. I say I because this is my podcast, but no, we're talking about Hidden Gems Football. Matter of fact, let's
say it to you slowly and it may sound scandalous. I don't think that you can handle this.
There's a accomplishment that was attained this past week on one of the episodes of Hidden Gems Football. I want to believe that we actually attained our highest viewer count in the history of Hidden Gems Football. So I would like to thank each and every one of y'all, everyone who tuned into Hidden Gems Football this weekend to help us achieve such a monumental occasion, monumental mark, if you will, And hopefully, like I said, it's just a taste of bigger and better things to come. It's truly a joy for me to be able to be a part of that show. I appreciate my partner Mo for creating the show and allowing me to come on, or matter of fact, creating the show with me in mind, and of course the Mighty 19 Media Group for um, giving us a platform to um, continue to experiment and grow. So I really like to point that out. So I appreciate each and every one of y'all. And with all that being said, it's time for me to get out of here because it's actually an hour and 35 minutes, which is a little bit longer, but it's actually great because that means it's about half the time from last week, which that was all my fault. But listen, it was such a great conversation that should next time I'm telling LA that next time he's going in tune. Better strap up for at least 3.5 hours. Maybe chop it up, but you know me, I don't chop shit up. I'm putting everything out at once. So, matter of fact, Mr. Mr. Birthday Boy, you want to say hi to the masses? You don't have to come on. You don't have to come on camera.
What's going on, y'all?
No, they can't hear you. You got to come to the mic. You got to come to the mic. This is my son Chef Mix. His birthday was last Tuesday. Yeah, he turned 27. So yeah, go ahead. Say hi.
Greetings.
Greetings and salutations.
I'm tired. I just got off work. Hello, how are you? Chef Mix in the building.
Salutations. Peace to the nation of Islam.
Ravens Nation. Yay, go Ravens.
You know the Ravens lost.
Yeah, but I'm loyal to my new team.
Your new team.
That's my team.
So you just gave up on the Cowboys?
I gave up.
Whoa. Let me get this straight. So you kicked my team that I embedded in y'all from birth. So you kicked my team to the dust to go on a Cowboys bandwagon. Yes, you was a Jets fan. You was a Jets fan.
Literally knew no one else.
I don't give a fuck. You was a Jets fan.
I knew no one else.
So you kicked my team to the curb to go on a bandwagon of quote unquote America's team. And then when you realize that they were a worse piece of shit than my team, you're gonna kick them to the curb to be the Ravens? See, that's the problem with this society. They don't have no huh?
I went based off what I like in football.
Okay.
Ravens football is what I like to see.
Which is what? Cohesion. So everybody fumbling the ball, which scored yesterday. That's cohesion, right?
They did it as a team.
Oh, yeah, that's true. True.
Even Lamar said,
they lost as a team.
It's all our fault. I love accountability.
Yeah, I get it.
I gotta respect it.
Yeah, I get it. You think he's gonna be MVP, or you think they're giving it to Josh Allen?
They give it to the winner.
Yeah.
Because if you think, all right, replace Lamar with, let's say it was Brady versus Allen, and Brady lost. Brady's still getting that MVP.
Okay.
He had a better season.
Okay.
I feel like Lamar had a better season.
Yeah, but
he lost.
Yeah, so
I said Mike.
I think he should, but I'm going to talk about the last elephant in the room. If there's any type of chance to take the MVP trophy out of a black man's hands, guess what? They're going to do it. He already got 2. You think they're going to give him 3 and not give the hope?
To Mahomes?
No, not Mahomes. Josh Allen.
He beat Kansas City.
All right.
Lamar couldn't beat him. I watched that game. We lost off. Lively's toe was on that end. His toe was right here. And he caught the ball. This season's been crazy.
Yeah.
Fun to watch.
Yeah. All right. Well, with all that being said, we're going to get out of here. I'll see y'all next week. Goodbye. Ooh, boy. That was good. Tight. What happened?
Oh, my phone vibrating.
You know where your phone is at?